Welcome back to SIROWORLD 2016. I'm David Temple along with Cindy Barbee and Todd Ehrlich. And I got to tell you, I was sitting here at your booth. First of all, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Yeah, don't shake my hand, but that's okay.
You're way over there. I've been watching your booth from across the way, and you guys are blowing up Famous style, aren't you?
We're doing it the best we can.
What's that show called? Open Margins with it's Cindy and Todd. It's not Todd and Cindy, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
You see how that works, folks?
Well, we came up with this concept of open margins. I like to make videos and stuff, educational stuff, and quite frankly, they're all boring, and the last thing I want also is to go to feel like it's a YouTube type education thing. That's like how to change your oil. Like I need to change my oil, I'll go to YouTube and it'll show me how to do it. But as far as inspiration and giving somebody on the other side of the glass, like, hey, I can do it. I'm going to do it this way. We had to do it at a higher level. So we built an entire studio in our training center. Lights, we have multi-camera angles, different booms and everything. And it's those kind of details that allow us to tell the story in a better way. And Cindy, who's my assistant, she didn't want to be a part of it at all, not one thing. And what I did was, I was like, Cindy, I need to focus this camera on you. Just sit down.
Just sit down.
She didn't know I was recording.
Okay.
So I recorded, and then she turned out great. And she's been completely motivational for dental assistants all over the place. So thank you for doing the videos.
Yeah, well, it's super exciting time in dentistry right now, and things can get boring. And when you're talking about something that you're really passionate about, it's fun and it's exciting.
Sure.
And we have a good time.
We have the best outtakes, too. I mean, it's just, we've been drinking probably most of the videos, but we do the best we can. But we have a training center down in Austin, Texas. It's called the Digital Enamel Education Center, and we have a number of CEREC systems and the new Zirconia Speedfire system. We even have sintering ovens, and so we have a full array of materials and products so that we can train completely. So our classes that we have are, in fact, our signature class is called CEREC Straightforward. And I named that mainly because, I've been teaching for over 10 years and taught tons of dentists. And it just needs to be straightforward. It doesn't, you don't need to know every little detail of the software or every technique. It needs to be straightforward because all in all, when it comes down to it, it's about what we leave behind for the patient. And so our classes are a little bit different. They're directed on general dentistry principles and how we use technology to make that more efficient. And so as far as that, Cindy does teach, and we've been able to have a unique perspective because we see dentists and assistants interact.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting.
It's been eye-opening to see. We encourage doctors to bring their team members.
Right.
And you see a variety of interaction, communication between doctors and team members. And so that's kind of where we come up with our course for assistants.
And give me some of those courses, by the way.
Yeah. Well, our signature dental assisting course is called CEREC ACES. And we came up with that name because we think a dentist really wants an ace fighter pilot that can run this CEREC system, and he knows he's going to shoot the enemy down. He's going to be, she's going to get it done just right. But what we saw in our classes is the dentist is sitting next to the assistant, and the assistant knows that the dentist didn't image that correctly, but she won't say because there's some barrier in the education or the communication of it. And so we started facilitating their communication. So I'd say, Cindy, go sit with them because she doesn't have the confidence to tell him that he needs to image a little bit more.
Right.
So what have you seen on that?
And whenever they're imaging together, an assistant, you have 4 eyes are always better than 2.
Sure.
And she's in it and she's confident and comfortable. She knows dentistry and she's sitting, knee to knee with him, and if she sees something, how about we need to, round this corner, we need to, but they won't. How do you want your margins? How do you want your contacts? How do you want your occlusion? I can do that for you.
Do you think it's based upon ego and old school thinking that maybe there's a competition? I mean, Just say it like it is, Todd. Come on.
Well, I think there's a lot of dynamics between a doctor and assistant.
That's what I mean.
And it depends on ability. But the thing is just like you were saying, 4 eyes are better than 2.
Yeah.
And I think on the doctor side, our ego we trip over our ego like we're the doctor.
Yeah.
I look at her all the time and I go, what does that corner look like on those veneers? And she goes, she'll pull me in the other room and go, man, you're screwing this thing up. That thing needs to be rounded. It looks like you're going to ruin this patient's smile. And I was like, thanks.
Come on,
I go in
let's
there
get back
and
in
she's
there.
right. So 4 eyes are better than 2. And we're facilitating the communication of the doctor and the assistant. So we highly encourage them to come to the courses together.
Well, now your products on digital enamel, and I remember when you came out. Was it last year or the year before when you came out with the leather jackets?
Oh yeah, we have
the motorcycle.
Yeah,
jackets?
we don't sell those. Those
You don't?
No, we'll get you one though.
I just think it's so cool. I mean, who runs a dentistry that has biker jackets with digital enamel?
Born to mill.
Born to
Born
mill,
to
baby.
mill.
Oh, we need to get you a hat.
yeah.
We'll get you a hat.
It's
But,
just too hot. But
well, the reason why I've done all that is because there's not a lot of sex appeal in dentistry. Let's just call it. We're
call it what
dentists.
it is.
Hey, we're one step above chiropractors in the whole
Right.
medical world.
Right.
But, we need to have more sex appeal, and that's not a bad thing. We need to be excited. We have the greatest job in the medical field ever.
I believe that. We do.
But we wear our white coats and our stupid little green, scrubs.
Yeah.
And we go in the same time. We do the same thing.
Same
and
thing
we don't.
ever.
I'm not going to live that way.
no.
No way.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, some of our products that we have that have been really good. Every dentist wants to invent something.
Right.
We'd like to have our name on it, So I was thinking, what could I invent? Well, I invented what's called the sprue removal system.
The what?
A sprue, like the disease sprue.
Right.
Sprue removal system. So,
He ain't right.
hey, you're the professional.
Right.
I'm not supposed to make you crack up. So the sprue removal system has 2 grits on it. It's a little instrument, and it allows us to rip off the sprue, which is the last part that's milled, and then the final component of it polishes it. So if an assistant is using it to take that off, a lot of the times they're leery about taking too much because now it doesn't fit right. My system allows them to check it as they're taking it off, and they can take it off perfectly. So that's one thing. And you'll appreciate this. So when we built our big training center, we had concrete floors, concrete ceilings, and the sound was horrible.
Oh, God,
the
yeah.
reverberation was just horrible. And I had a company come in, and they calculated the square footage of dental sound dampening, like a music studio or something like that. And so I turned it into clinical art. So we have custom sound panels that have implants on it and everything. So it's kind of a cool way to dress up your dental lab, and it slows the sound down.
Dude,
it's awesome.
And can I call you dude?
You can call me dude.
Dude, nobody does things like you.
Well, the cool thing about it was the reasoning that we done it was for the training center. Then he's like, okay, well, let's just put this in our operatories. So then the doctor comes in, they're like, that's cool, where can I get one of those? And he's like, well, we just kind of done them for us, but I guess we can get them to make you one. And then the next one comes in, he's like, oh, that's cool, where can we get one of those? And now he's like, we're making sound panels. And I'm like, oh, great.
Now
sound
you're
panels.
interior decorating
Awesome.
while getting your teeth fixed.
Yeah.
Well, and he holds it up when I'm talking too much. He gets it and he holds it up like this, and then
I can't hear her
me.
accent at all. It just disappears.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing for dentists when you're tired of hearing your assistant. You just put it right in front of their face.
Nice. Nice.
I'm just kidding.
So, once again, where can I catch open margins with Cindy and Todd?
So it's, of course, plastered all over Facebook and everything, but our website, digitalenamel.com, we have a special channel just for open margins.
Mm-hmm.
So it talks about different products and different things in dentistry, including some heavy psychological stuff, that we have to deal with and in a serious way. But then also within those channels, we have free stuff for CEREC owners, like on maintenance of your CEREC machine, how to change a burr out, things like that, and that are done very well.
And that's the one thing I was going to say, too, as we close, is that I met you 3 years ago, I believe it was, when I was doing the Vegas show.
Yeah.
And you're, just as you're one step ahead, Sirona now, Dentsply Sirona, has always been one step ahead. And you were a Sirona fan from way back. You have all the toys. You're one of the persons. And I want to ask you as we close, what do you see for the future? Because I know you're a visionary. What do you see for the future in any aspect of this?
Well, that's an easy question. I mean, the technology is phenomenal. We're surrounded in technology, but really, what's exciting is the advancements of materials. Because if you're a patient, you have a dentist.
Sure.
The material that he or she gives you is what really matters.
Right.
What you have to function on, look at, snap floss next to, and so the material. These manufacturers are coming out with new stuff all the time, and that's the real exciting part.
Do you have a new favorite that's... we've been talking about the zirconia and...
Yeah, as far as favorite, there's different areas of your mouth that are my favorite. So that's what's so great about CEREC now is years ago we were forced into using like 3 products. So we had to make it work. We don't have to do that anymore. We have a big menu of materials to use now.
Awesome. Delightful to meet you. Can't wait to see the shows where I can actually hear them because I can only see them from over here.
Log on www.digitalenamel.com.
You're the star,
Go right
too,
to
aren't
it.
you? You're the star.
She is the star.
Yep, we won't tell him. All right. Y'all enjoy. Thanks again for hanging out with us.
Great,
Thank you.
thank you.
So much fun. We'll be back with more Zero World 2016 right after this.